In this video, I'd like to talk about the math question of the day for Tuesday, April 18th, 2023. And we have a word problem here where a serving of filleted fish is generally considered to be 1/3 of a pound. How many servings can be prepared from 6 3/8 pounds of flounder fillet? So to answer a question like this, you just need to understand fraction arithmetic, which is something generally taught in grade school. So you just need pre-algebra skills for this, though it's a little bit more challenging because we are dealing with a word problem here. So at this point, go ahead and pause the video, see if you can work through this on your own. And when you're ready, unpause the video and we can go through this together. Now, assuming that you have attempted the problem, let's start working through this. And if you do have suggestions for future questions of the day, feel free to leave those as comments. Now, it may or may not be clear that we need to use division here. And if the fractions are a little bit confusing, let's look at a simpler example. Let's say that a serving is 1 pound and that we have, or let's say our given, is 7 pounds. And we could ask how many total servings could be prepared from this 7-pound flounder fillet. And the general idea is essentially to figure out how many servings can fit into what we have in total. And you can see that there would be 7. And maybe we could make it even clearer. Let's say that we had a 2-pound serving and that there were 8 pounds of given fillet. So in that case, since each serving is 2 pounds and we have 8 of them, we can see that there would be 4 total servings. Whereas again, from this first example, there would be 7 servings. But the operation that we're performing is division. We're taking our 8 pounds here and dividing it by 2 pounds. So we can apply that strategy for the numbers we were actually given here. We have a serving size of 1/3 of a pound, and our given amount of flounder is 6 3/8 of a pound. So we need to carry out division. How many times does this 1/3 of a pound fit in 6 3/8 pounds? So we'll take this 6 3/8 pounds and divide it by 1/3 of a pound. And that's 1/3 of a pound per serving. So when we carry out the arithmetic, the pounds will cancel out and we'll just be left with servings if you're concerned about the units here. Now, when performing division with fractions, it will be simplest to change this to a multiplication problem. We can keep the first fraction as it is, and I'll ignore the units at this point. We have 6 3/8, and we change the division to multiplication, and then we flip that second fraction. So with dividing fractions, you could remember the phrase keep, change, flip, and that will help you keep in order how to actually carry this out. And notice that we have a mixed number, and when performing fraction arithmetic, it's usually easiest to work with improper fractions. So let's change this back to just a normal fraction where we don't have a whole number part. And to do that, we can remember the process where we take our whole number, we multiply it by our denominator, and then we add that to the numerator. And 6 times 8, that's 48, plus 3 is 51. So we have 51/8 multiplied by 3/1. And if you don't remember the trick, you can remember that 6 3/8 is really just 6 plus 3/8. And we can find a common denominator. We can multiply top and bottom of this by 8 so that we get 48/8 plus 3/8. And you can see that we will get back 51/8. And once we've changed this to an improper fraction, now we can just multiply straight across. And 51 times 3 would be 153. And we have 8 in our denominator since 8 times 1 is just 8. And again, this is the total number of servings. But at this point, if we want to get a better understanding of what this number is, we can turn it into a mixed number. So to do that, we just ask how many whole times does 8 go into 153? Well, it goes into 160 20 times. So it looks like it's one less than that. 8 multiplied by 19 would be 152, and we would have one left over. So this is 19 and 1/8 servings.